Hello there, my name is the Pumpkin. Okay guys, so I just called so I was just talking to my friends, which was the ghost and the witch, and what they thought of John Cena. So here you go. So I explained to them I met John Cena today. So they were like, "What? You met John Cena?" So I actually met him. And I was walking home when I found his house, and I decided to kind of knock on his door gently and politely and say, "Hello there, sir. My name is the Pumpkin, and I want to meet you." And he's like, "Sure, go ahead. Come on in." And you feel a little bit cold. Should I put a scarf all over, or should I put a scarf all, or should I put a scarf all over your neck? And I'm like, "Sure, you can put a scarf on my neck if you want to." And he's like keeping me warm. And for the next 3 hours, I slept today at his house. So I thought, why not just go to his house and watch, like see him in the ring, like he's practicing to fight, like with new opponents, like Rey Mysterio and Big Show. So I meet this guy. I say, "What time you want to meet, man?" And he's like, "I want to meet you at 2 o'clock in the morning." So today we go to his house. Well, he's not at his house, so he goes to the ring, and he's like, "I'll see you over there." And I'm like talking to his wife, and she's like, "Oh, you can meet him over there, 'cause he's such a friendly guy. Ever since I met him, I started dating him, and he's such a cool guy to hang out with, and he's actually really cool to be like in a fight with." And I'm pretty sure, because I really love his wife and I like him, because he's a really cool guy. So I hang out with this guy, and I know he's a really cool guy, but, it's just, I find out that, some people sometimes hate John Cena, but I don't hate him. Like, I mean, he's a really cool guy. No matter, like, what people think, he's not really bad. Well, there are some people like The Undertaker who might think the same way about him eventually, but, it doesn't matter because I go to his house and finally then I find him, and then finally I go to his house and then find him in the ring, and he's like talking to Undertaker. So The Undertaker is like, "What do you want to do, man? Play a game or something while we're waiting to wrestle?" And he's like, "Sure, we can play a game." Well, um, please, I want the game to be easy. And, he's like, "Well, it can be easy if you want to. I'm not saying it can be hard, but it can be really easy. It can be really hard, actually, to kind of play the game." So they're playing a little bit of chess, and while I'm watching, I find out that the guy is actually wearing, like, an orange cap and an orange t-shirt. And I call John Cena. Yeah, that's right. That's him wearing the orange cap. And he's like, "What do you want, man?" And I'm like, "I want to talk to you, please. You said I can meet you at 2 o'clock or p.m. in the morning." He's like, "Oh, sure, about that thing." And I'm like, "Okay, dude, I'm cool with it. It's all cool." And then we find that there's paparazzi everywhere at our doorstep. So I go up to John Cena and say, "There's paparazzi." And then Undertaker's like protecting him, and he punches this guy, and this guy's like out of the place. And the paparazzi are acting like jerks around, at the ring. And so what I do is I tell them, "Please stop, no flash photography allowed here." And they're like, "We want to get a picture and an autograph with the Undertaker and John Cena." They're like, "No, please." And, still, I get up to them and say, "Please, sir, we can't have you take flash photography here. It's too bright. Why don't you please move to another area and do your flash photography somewhere else?" And they're like saying, "We want an autograph with John Cena because he's the coolest man on the earth." And, like, I'm saying, he's really cool, you guys, but I say, "You guys have to leave. You guys leave me no choice. You have to leave, please." And there are some kids wandering around the ring, and I'm telling them, "Please stop. We're not here to debate the question of kids or paparazzi. So please, you better get out of here because we don't want to see you here." And the kids are like crying, and they left the scene really quickly. So yeah, guys. But anyways, so Undertaker got in trouble by the police, and he was warned enough because he was extremely violent. And there are a few people, because he punches people and he kicks people in the face, and he's a really violent dude. And he's a really tall guy. I was like scared of his size because I met that guy. And he's like so big, you know. He's not small, he's not tiny or anything. He's just like a really big dude. So he comes up to me and he's like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "My name is the Pumpkin." And he's like, "Oh, good, because I wanted to see you for a long time." And I'm like, "That's really good, but I bet I'd have to leave right now because you have had trouble with what you're going to do in the rain." He's like, I'm very sorry, the Pumpkin. Um, I'm very sorry, the Pumpkin. What did I do wrong?" And I'm like, "You didn't do nothing. You actually did a really good job, like, preventing the paparazzi from taking too many pictures of you guys." And, so I go back and so I go back and they still play this, kind of chess-looking thing. And then Kane pops out, and the police already have him handcuffed. Unfortunately, Undertaker got away with it, so he's not arrested. He's not in handcuffs or anything. So Kane comes out of this really big, huge police vehicle in this van, and there's the SWAT team and these police officers pointing their tasers at him while he's walking towards the ring in handcuffs behind his back. And he's like, "Let me go." And they're like, "No, because if you get out of the handcuffs, we're going to taser you and it's going to hurt you so bad." And those things hurt, they hurt a lot because, if you get tasered or you get tasered by the police taser, you know how much that hurts, how much force they apply to you, how bad it really hurts. Well, that's exactly how a high voltage taser would look like if it actually, um, had like that kind of system where it locks onto you and then like it automatically like fires like 10 rounds at you and you can't get up, you're unconscious. So yeah. Um so anyways, I was just going to the ring and then Kane went ahead and he decided to act also like a real big jerk like the paparazzi. And he pushed me over to the side. I fell from a very tall distance. And he's like, "You want to get it on?" And I'm like, "No, no, 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 man. It's cool. It's cool. We're everything. Please, don't hurt me." And I'm like, "I have a family and 2 kids to feed and a wife to take care of. You don't understand. I'm trying to help you." And he's like, "I don't need your help. 'Cause you know that you have definitely never been in this ring before this match." And I say, "Please, dude, I don't want to be involved in this. If it's fighting, I'm not involved. And I'm not involved in this at all." But yeah, anyways, so he decides to act like a jerk. And once again, the cops come after him. There is Chris Jericho. He points his microphone at his, mouth. And he's like, "Please, guys, get this guy out of here. Get this guy away from here, because he's going to cause a lot of property damage upon $200. So they eventually escort him out with police vans and police cars, and he's like, "I didn't do anything wrong." He's like, "No, you did something wrong, but eventually you got away with it." And so the guy walks up to me, and he's like, "Well, we eventually had to capture the guy, and we had to put him in handcuffs. So they put him in shackles, led him away to a police car again, and eventually he was never seen again at that time." And at that time, I went back home and realized that this event has traumatized me. It made me scared to think that he would break out of his cage once again and hurt me like or hurl me like that over there or throw me somewhere really hard to where I can't get up anymore with a broken back. Or like with a broken back. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy this and have a good day and have a good night, and I will see you all later. And I will see you all next time. See you all pretty soon, everybody. Bye-bye, everybody. Later.